tag with my cousin, and we were running up the stairs, and I tripped, and I bit a chunk of my lip off.
Oh.
Yeah.
And she suddenly starts screaming in my ear. She's like, "The brake doesn't work! The brake doesn't work!" And I remember,
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Story of Things. My name is Skala, and I'll be your host today. Today I'm joined by
Fiqah
Hazim.
Alright, cool. And today we'll be talking about accidents.
Yeah, we'll be talking about accidents like freak accidents, happy accidents, gross accidents. I don't know, whatever accidents that you can think of, we're probably going to be talking about it. You know? So, Hazim, there must be some accidents that have happened to you before. You got any accidents that happened to you?
The biggest, I guess. The biggest accident with like the greatest amount of injury was when I was in third grade. I was playing around with my brother and our neighbor playing soccer. And one of the
Playing
windows.
football. Continue.
Wow, really? And then like because of the house was like very flat, and then we had windowsills at the side of it, right? So their rooms windowsills were open, and then while I was running, I didn't notice, and I just hit my head on the edge of the window,
The
and it
corners
just
of it.
fucking like it just scraped the fucking head.
Nice.
Yeah, it didn't hurt a lot. It didn't hurt at all, actually.
Did you bleed?
I did. I bled a lot. Like
A
it was
lot.
covering my face. But it didn't hurt. I wasn't really scared. I was like, oh shit, I'm just bleeding, I'm just bleeding. It's really not that much. What made me actually scared was when my brother, he was like, you have to get a fucking stitch. You have to get
Like stitches.
you have to get
painful
stitches and shit. And then that just made me fucking scared. And then they were like, you should go to your mother. And I was like, no, I don't want to fucking get stitches. My brother kept on going and going until I kept like crying and shit, until at some point my mother just came out and she was like, what the fuck is going on here? And she forced me to go to bath and get stitches. It was fun.
Wow. How old are you again?
I was like 9.
9. So it must have been like pretty freaky for you to get like blood on your head.
I wasn't scared about that.
Oh.
He just
Wait,
doesn't
was that
care.
I really didn't care. What scared me was my brother.
Exactly. You shouldn't be afraid to get a little blood on your head.
Are you telling people to kill me?
No, I'm talking about,
No, ew. No. I hate
Anyway, but did you actually get the stitches?
that. I did.
You went to the hospital and
There was because we were living in a military camp, so
Oh,
there was like
yeah,
a
yeah,
reset, there was like a clinic really close to our house. So my mother just forced me to go to bath, and then we went to the clinic and they stitched me up. That's fine.
that's very interesting. You were staying on a military camp.
Yeah.
Then why didn't they just send you to like the medic tent?
There's no medic tent.
Oh,
What is
okay.
your view of?
Alright, it's a different type of military camp I was thinking about. Alright, cool. Wow, at 9. At 9.
Yeah.
9-ish. Alright, cool. No, I had something pretty similar. Mine happened to me when I was 6 though. 6 or 5, I think. I was either 5 or 6 years old, and I was playing tag with my cousin, and we were running up the stairs, and I tripped, and I bit a chunk of my lip off.
Oh.
Yeah. And it was not completely clean off, but it was like dangling.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
worse. What the fuck?
Yeah, like that.
Okay.
It was really traumatizing for me. Like, that's why I still remember it, because it was so traumatizing for me. I ran up the stairs, I fell, bit my lip.
Did it hurt a lot?
I don't remember, but I mean, it
It
had.
was so traumatizing.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
forgot
I mean-
about the pain.
It had to hurt. I'm assuming, because like I remember my mom told me that I bled so much. I cried a lot, and happened. It happened at night, but not like the middle of the night kind of thing. So probably around like
Evening?
no, definitely after
9.
evening. Yeah,
Ish?
around 8, 9-ish, that kind of thing like that. So I was bleeding a lot, and I don't know why. Maybe it's a Chinese thing, but I think they tried to solve it on their own at first. They took me to the sink. They were like trying to wash to stop the bleeding, but I just wouldn't stop bleeding. So they were like, all right, it's time to go. You think they would take me to the hospital? No, they took me to a damn general doctor, like a general doctor clinic. Then the doctor had a look at me, and they were like, oh my god, this is so serious. Like, I don't have the tools to fix this. Like, you need to send him to a hospital. So they sent me to a hospital. Subang Jaya Medical Center, shout out, thank you very much. Yeah, so they sent me to Subang Jaya Medical Center, and at the age of 6, I was admitted into the ER. They had to operate on me at 6. Yeah, dude.
Operate?
Yeah, dude, it was like dangling off. So I had an operation, my first and hopefully last operation happened when I was 6. I don't really remember what happened because they used anesthesia to knock me out. But apparently my mom said I put up quite a fight. They had to dose me 3 times to actually completely knock me out. Yeah.
You're a strong child.
Yeah. So yeah, they dosed me 3 times, and then I finally knocked out, and then they operated on me, and the next thing I knew, I woke up in a hospital.
So they had to like sew it back in.
I have no idea how they fixed it.
Yeah, you don't remember how you
I don't even
woke up to
remember.
that.
I'm assuming stitches. It had to be stitches, right? Like how else would you fix
Did
like?
they just
But
cut it
you're,
off?
you're talking about like this outside part.
Yeah, I think it's this side, if I'm not mistaken. Like if you look really, really closely, like no, you gotta get closer than that. You gotta get close, like you know, like you gotta get close.
Okay, I get it.
You gotta get close. Like I think one side is actually a tad bit more like swollen than the other side.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's like a scar kind of thing. So yeah, they knocked me out. They operated on me when I was 6, and then I woke up. But because I was so young, they couldn't just release me because they were worried that something else might go wrong because I was only a
Like
kid.
you picking it up.
Yeah, you know, that kind of thing. So they had to keep me there for like I think another 2 days, and I don't remember what happened then. I asked my parents about it. They told me that it was like a holiday for me, like I was in a foreign place. I had a different bed. I had like food served and whatnot. And then my parents would come and visit me, and then because it wasn't a serious injury after the operation, like I could actually walk around the hospital. So my parents, they took me around the hospital, and I'm like,
It's like a trip.
yeah. They took me to the playroom. There was a playground and shit like that. But they were like, don't run up the stairs. And I'm like, okay, cool. So yeah, that happened when I was 6, you know. And I never ran.
God damn.
No, I still
You
run up
still
the
do.
stairs now. Yeah, I still run up the stairs now. But like when you're young, don't run up the stairs, okay? Kids, very important lesson. Don't run up the stairs.
Moral of the story.
Yeah. The moral of the story is don't run up the stairs when you're young. Anyway, Fika, what about you? Do you have any interesting accident stories to share?
Mine would be the time where I was probably at that time we were living on a house. It was on top of a hill, and I'm not talking about like just like a normal hill. I'm talking like high and steep. And it doesn't go straight once you go past the hill. It doesn't go straight. It's literally you go down and it's either left or right. And the thing that we used to do when we were kids was like riding the bike down the hill because it's fun, you know, you get like the rush, the air and everything. So we used to do that. And this one time, my neighbor and I, we were going down in one bike. So my friend was sitting on the back and I was sitting on, you know, the pole in between like the holding and the seat. Yeah, so I was sitting on there.
How many people on the bike?
Hmm?
How many people?
Just 2. Like just her cycling and then I was sitting on side.
Okay.
I don't want to know what you're thinking about.
Okay.
And then so we started going down. But the problem came halfway down when we were halfway going down, and she suddenly started screaming in my ear. She's like, "The brake doesn't work! The brake doesn't work!" And I remember I was like confused. I was like, "What?" It was like, "The brake doesn't work! It doesn't work!" And we were like, I was like, "Oh shit!" And we were already like halfway down, you know. And this bike is going fucking fast, like damn fast.
Shit.
But yeah, basically. We tried to kind of slow it down, like you know when you you just put your feet down and try to just drag it through, try to slow down. Slow down like a bit, like probably 10%, but we were still going fast. This was like a tall ass hill, and on the last second, I was like, okay, we're just gonna try, just keep on putting our feet down, and we'll try to do like the last corner to the right, and on the corner we almost had it, but we end up hitting like the side of the bike, end up hitting straight on the sidewalk curb. It hit, we flipped,
Alright.
and my
Landed
friend
perfectly
like
on you, like.
no, like my neighbor, like she didn't get much. She just got a few bruises because she fell on the side and everything. She was fine, but I fell face first.
Face plant. Okay.
Like yeah,
You
I
did that.
face planted on like The good thing they were doing like construction or something, so there was a bunch of sand. But so
I was about to say gravel. I was like, Jesus.
gravel and sand, but more to
Isn't
sand.
that worse?
face planted on that shit. Like, and then I went for a while, like, fall face first, and stopped right in front of a bunch of screws.
You.
Like, yeah, I got lucky that time. I got lucky, and I remember just going like, what? I had a bunch of sands in my nose, in my mouth. Like, my face was like burning half my face, and I was having a nosebleed at the same time. And I just remember like because in front of it was like cadets. There was a few cadets that was practicing, and they saw it, was like, oh my god, okay, get it. And I was just like, I wanna go home. So both of us walked back up, went to the pipe outside. So we started like washing off, and I remember I was tasting like sand and blood in my mouth and everything. Like,
trying to be too from Batman.
And my face was like fucked. I didn't realize how bad it was until we went in. We tried to cover it from my mom. You know kids, Asian families, you don't want your mom to know this shit because they're not gonna comfort you. They're just gonna scream at you and scold.
They're just gonna get fucked.
Yeah, they're just gonna scold you. So I tried to avoid it. Tried to put like ointment on it and just hope for the best. I don't know what I was thinking. Honestly, you can't hide it. It was literally half of my face.
What's minyak gaman in English?
I don't know, but I know what it is in Chinese. Feng Yao.
Yeah, so basically we tried it. My mom saw it and she was just like, what happened? I was like, we found, bike and all that. So she ended up bringing me to the same one, to the rest side, the clinic again.
Yeah.
So I had a bunch of they gave those yellow ointments.
The iodine solution, the yellow thing.
So if I'm not wrong, I spent 2 weeks or so, or maybe it was just 1 week, going to school, full on with scabs on my face and everything. Like, it was just that. I don't think
Again, Two-Face from Batman.
for a while I get to be Two-Face.
Fun.
But the
Cosplay.
lucky thing is that I guess it's just like a surface thingy, because by the time Chinese New Year came around, I pulled off the last scab and no scar, no nothing.
Yo, so lucky.
Like, legit, I got
So
lucky. I
lucky.
remember I took off the last scab on my forehead, and I'm just like, it looks like my face again.
Aw.
There's no difference to it.
So lucky, that's
So
nice. So no
legit.
facial reconstruction needed.
God, no.
Such a shame.
I would have changed my nose
The
or
lessons
something.
from that story is play as kids, get fucked.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I think that's very interesting. Like I think accidents are I wouldn't say they're a very crucial part of life, but I think
No,
You
I
can't-
think
You
they are.
get through it.
yeah.
I feel like it is crucial though because it kind of teaches you about what will happen when you do certain things, the consequences of your action.
Yeah, I feel like it'll be meaningless to live through life without any accidents.
Yeah.
But that being said, I'm not telling you to go out there and
Yeah. Don't try
simply
to
commit accidents for the fun of it. Don't do that. But if
The
it happens,
adrenaline is not worth it.
yeah, if it happens,
the pain
it happens.
afterward. It's
Like,
crazy.
They make us who we are. I would say so cheesy,
I
but
guess.
true.
So cheesy.
Anyway, that concludes our episode for today. That's all we have time for. My name is Kawan. I'm signing off, and thank you for joining us.